honestly, last time I paid attention to the Olympics, it was literally grade 4, Mr. Brown's class, and we had to tally the gold medals of all the countries. That is literally the last time I watched the Olympics. I actually enjoy watching sports, but I don't have a clue what's going on. I don't actually care what's going on. I just like seeing people doing crazy things. People are so dedicated to their sport where they're doing incredible acts, focusing so hard on one thing and getting so good at it. I love watching that.
What's nice about the Olympics is like your average sports goer, like for you, for example, you don't know what's going on, you say, but 100-meter dash, it's the guy who just wins the race, right?
That's just cool, man.
The long jump, the one who jumps the first. I think there's a lot of complicated ones though. I was watching fencing the other day with my boys.
What a crazy sport,
on guard, right? Like no clue how they're scoring this match. They both just kept poking each other at the same time and then getting a point. It's like
you're it.
The judge would basically give a point to one side or the other, and the gold medal came down to like overtime, and it kept going to replay, and the judge would be at a computer trying to decide, and then he'd say like, "No, redo. I can't. There's nothing definitive. Do it again. Do it again."
Damn, we are pros.
Pros. I don't have a clock today, so.
You don't have a clock?
Yeah, I forgot my watch. I have no clue what my watch is. Always knocking the watch. You know, like those Casios that come back into style, eh? Those.
I don't know what a Casio is.
It's like the basic, like the old school watches. That's what I wear. But now apparently it's in the style.
Oh, I don't know, dude. I got my Shinola watch. And that's the only one.
Oh, Shinola watch.
It's just so chilling though. Like I didn't want a fancy watch. I just want a chilling watch. It's like a chilling one. It's sick.
You're like staring at me. I feel like I'm here in disguise today.
You are. Tony's got his new glasses on. For those of you guys who can't see, he's got glasses and a mustache. Totally different, dude. I'm staring at him, trying to figure out if it's even him.
The mustache, I rock this because one of the guys I coach baseball with is a cop, and I go, dude, let's rock some cop stashes for our tournament this weekend.
Yes.
And like, I actually kind of love it.
Dude, when I shaved my face into a mustache the first time, I was like, I'm never shaving it again.
Yeah.
I love having a mustache so much.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I mean, and then in the glasses, I thought, we were talking about it last week, and then these ones, I got 2 pairs. Well, some are like kind of basic, you know, your Clark Kent kind of handsome guy glasses. And then these ones are like my mobster glasses that I picked up. I never wear them in public, and I'm like, I'm going to wear them today, and they really go with the stash. Dude, like, these are my Donnie Brasco ones.
Donnie Brasco. Dude, you look like, it's actually awesome. I love it. I'm a fan of the mustache, and I'm a fan of the glasses. Let's go.
You're like oddly attracted to me. It's
I think so.
It's really making me feel weird.
Why does this always happen?
And you're as manly as it gets today. You came right from the shop, all sawdusted up.
I'm dusty and musty today.
I'm terrified if I get a whiff of those like boot feet that you get there.
Disgusting, bro. my feet are. There's something wrong with my feet, bro. Something's been wrong with my feet for like 20 years. I feel like.
What is it? It's a common thing though in like the construction world, right?
Probably, but I mean, I wear Vans, dude. Like I don't wear work boots.
You don't wear work boots?
I wear Blundstones in the wintertime, but those still aren't work boots.
Really?
Yeah, I wear Vans.
You wear work boots for sure.
No, I wear these.
Really?
I straight up wear. Yeah, I've literally almost lost my toe more than one time.
Oh, that's pretty dumb.
But you know, they're comfy.
They're comfy, I guess. Yeah.
Knock on wood.
You're your own comp claim, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, if I'm gonna call WSIB on myself, I'll be all right.
Well, hopefully nobody's listening.
Yeah.
My mom's for sure listening. That's where she worked WSIB forever. Did I tell you that?
No, I didn't know that.
Oh, you didn't know that? Yeah, that's what she did forever. That was a stressful job, man.
I bet.
Because like people would call, right? And they're hoping they're gonna get paid for their on-job injury, or obviously there's a lot of fraud that goes into that.
100%.
That right. So she would like deny or accept claims, right?
Yeah.
So it was a stressful job. She used to come home like all worked up because people would be screaming at her on the phones and stuff all the time.
Oh man, I feel like people gotta chill with people that are cold calling, dude. Like Lisa's always like, you're so nice to the salesman that calls you on the phone, and I'm like, they're just trying to do their job, right? Like I'm so nice. Like if the duct cleaning guys call me, I'm like, they're like, hey, we're trying to call your trying to clean your ducts. I'm like, hey man, not interested. I don't even have ducts. Like I don't have ducts. If you want to clean my shop ducts, like by all means, that's going to be an insane task for you to achieve. But I just politely tell them no, and I'm like, I'm good, man. I'm not going to buy it. Whatever it is, you know.
Right.
I'm just nice, bro. They're just trying to make money.
Yeah,
they're just trying to make a living, bro. They probably got a family to feed. Like, people get so mad about people cold calling and door knocking and follow up. People follow up. Like I had to do follow up, man. I'm in a business. I gotta follow up with my prospects.
Yeah. And like that's what I try to tell my people. It's like my team, right? It's like, think about how many times a day somebody tries to sell you something. Like, why are we so worried about trying to sell somebody something that really everybody needs?
Right.
Like, we're trying to sell that health. And speaking of ducks, you guys see there's like drips happening.
Yeah.
Like condensation. It is freaking hot as balls out this whole week.
Yeah.
But Rob, I just called Rob. Rob's the guy from RTP. You know him, right?
Yeah. Rob's great.
So Rob's coming on in a few weeks. He's going to be one of
No
our
way.
next guests. Yeah.
He does some very interesting projects.
Yeah, he does amazing work. And you know what? Like, I'm sure what I love about Rob, and I don't know if this is just because we've become friends more so, but like this, like I just give him a show and he doesn't care, and he's just like, yeah, man, I'll get somebody over and have a look. You know, it's like you
Great.
really feel like, and I'm sure I wasn't the one who hired him. My landlord did. My landlord's amazing too, but like just that kind of service when you're, you know, I'm sure this is a pretty good investment by my landlord, this building, right?
Yeah.
And Rob just like delivers all the time. So RTP, like huge shout out. We're gonna get him on the podcast, tell his story, but it's a pretty cool story as well. And I'm looking forward to having that guy on.
Yeah, I've done work for both landlord and for Rob, like
Really?
which is actually awesome. And you. So I mean, I'm doing work for everybody.
Yeah, man, yeah.
But
I mean,
yeah,
Rob
all
rocks
great
the
people.
Stash quite often too.
Really?
I think he's rocked a few Stash. I think when I met him, he was rocking the Stash.
Damn.
I don't know if I met him in November, maybe, but regardless.
I feel like when November happens, just get used to it and just keep it forever.
Well, before we came on air, though, we were talking like mustache. You said the most manly thing that you can wear on your face.
I think a moustache is the most manly thing a man could do. Yes, I think that it is what it is.
I mean, I is the more manly than the beard. Why we need to? This is where we need to get the girls on here. We're due for a podcast with the ladies.
Yeah, we are totally
trying to
are.
figure out how we can fit 4 of us in our studio. Is the major challenge for us because
Yeah.
we can hardly figure this out.
Maybe we'll do one somewhere else. I don't know.
But man, you're listening. How do we do this, man? Let us know. Send me a message.
Yeah.
Lots of best. If you guys have been loving the editing on this podcast, like it's just unreal, man.
He is very good. Like he's very great, man.
Beautiful.
It's so good.
Like I love the red highlights. Kind of really incorporates you into it too, because you got a lot of red in your stuff.
In my logos, yeah.
Right. So I was like pumped about that he did that. And
It looks
I think
great.
It looks great, and we are like full throttle now.
Yes, let's go.
Full throttle.
Yes.
Okay. Welcome to this episode, Tango One Podcast. Just me and Mike rapping today, and we're gonna start with the Morning Wood. Morning Wood is where we take questions from our customers, our members, our comments from Instagram, and we chat about them and things. Mike is, of course, the sponsor. So Mike Difazio, Reclaim Artistry, sponsors this segment of our show
Yes,
every
I
week.
do.
Go
Let's
on
go.
there, follow him up. If you got a cool project or you need some ideas, he is the guy to ask. I went to him with basically nothing, just a small idea, and let him run with it. Let his crazy brain, his ADHD brain, works so well for what you what you need. Like just bring it to him, and his brain just goes crazy. And he's like, I got nothing. Then he'll call you 10 minutes later. He's like, no, I got it all figured out. And
Yeah.
it's like that is different a week later, but man, he gets the job done. He does it right.
That's
So,
the best, man. That's the fun stuff.
yeah.
Just
I
let
agree.
me run with it.
No, I agree. So follow Mike on Instagram. Hit him up for a quote if you're looking for something. But
Yes.
this week's question comes from Jacob. Jacob asked, it was a comment on Instagram, but it's an easy one for me to memorize this time. Are you watching the Olympics?
Oh,
And
buddy.
if so, what do you think is the sport you would most want to be in?
This is funny. So I'm going to start with this because this is the first talk of sports in the Olympics this year that I've ever even heard of. I haven't seen anybody playing any sports. I haven't seen anybody
You're not
talking
watching
about
them?
it. No, I haven't.
You're
No,
killing me, man.
I don't really want. I don't pay attention to sports, dude. I don't do sports.
It's not sports more. It's like games.
Yeah, whatever, bro. I go to the gym and I pick things up and I lift them down.
Anyways,
I don't know. I ain't watch. Like I don't even know what's going on with the Olympics. I never did. Honestly, last time I paid attention to the Olympics, it was literally grade 4, Mr. Brown's class, and we had to tally the gold medals of all the countries. That is literally the last time I watched the Olympics.
but like I feel like this is like sports that you would be like interested in.
Probably.
It's like there are X Games type sports in there.
Oh, yeah,
But
there is
there's
that
also like, man, I feel like gymnastics is like the original X Games. That shit's crazy.
It's honestly sick.
It's crazy what I'm seeing these people do.
So I'll say this about like all sports that I watch. I actually enjoy watching sports, but I don't have a clue what's going on. I don't actually care what's going on. I just like seeing people doing crazy things. Crazy in the sense of people are so dedicated to their sport where they're doing incredible
Right.
acts or like incredible, just like it's raw talent. It's developed talent. It's people just focusing so hard on one thing and getting so good at it. I love watching that.
Right. And well, I feel like what's nice about the Olympics is like your average sports goer, like for you, example, you don't know what's going on, you say, but 100-meter dash, it's the guy who just wins the race, right?
That's just cool, man.
The long jump, the one who jumps the first. I think there's a lot of complicated ones though. I was watching fencing the other day with my boys.
What a crazy sport,
on guard, right? Like no clue how they're scoring this match. They both just kept poking each other at the same time and then getting a point. It's like
you're it.
The judge would basically give a point to one side or the other, and the gold medal came down to like overtime, and it kept going to replay, and the judge would be at a computer trying to decide, and then he'd say like, no, redo, I can't, there's nothing definitive, do it again. But that's what was cool, was to watch these sports where it's like just random things, and like you said, very much appreciating what people do, and how wild they do it. Watching like the pommel horse, and the gymnastics where the guy, there's like, it looks like a saw.
The horse thing.
What's the horse that you use?
Like a sawhorse.
Yeah, it looks like a sawhorse, but with like big pads on it.
Yeah.
And they flip their legs around a million times.
Nuts.
And then they get off, and it looks amazing, and they're like, oh, but the landing. And like this guy like nudged his right knee over just slightly imbalanced, and that's where they're getting docked points. That's like they're just going to
splitting hairs.
Perfection.
You're splitting hairs,
bro. You
bro.
are splitting hairs.
But that's like
I don't like. I'm not a big fan though of these ones that are like judged. It's like a judged sport. It's like comes down to what I think versus what you think. I'm sure there's criteria in that judgment. It's not just freelancing, but that kind of throws it off.
I don't know. I don't even like. I have to see like a specific instance of it. But like, yeah, I just appreciate when people are doing cool stuff, because like I don't know what's actually going on. Like I've seen people, like you said, like his knee was nudged and he lost points for that. I've seen that, but like I don't even know what they're judging.
So I guess if you can't answer Jacob's question, I'm going to answer.
You have to do this one.
I would see you for sure in gymnastics, because you're going to be like on the floor, the whole floor is like a trampoline,
which would be so fun.
And I don't even know what it's called, but it's like basically gymnastics, the floor routine or something.
Okay.
Because you'd be doing handsprings and somersaults and all those crazy things.
I wish
This is like the energy that you have. Like your mom watching you as a kid should have been like, gymnastics. Put this guy in gymnastics.
Bro, I got to tell you a story
Those guys are jacked.
They're super jacked,
Crazy
and like
jacked.
I feel like you have to be super jacked with so much energy.
Your height, like they're like that.
They're just balls of energy just flying in the air. You know what I'm saying?
Jack Russell. So anyways, your mom would.
Oh no. So speaking about gymnastics and energy and stuff, this is hilarious. We were at an Andy Elliott event, and it was me, Taya, and Lisa. We were there. We were just getting out of the cold plunge. There was this dude there that like seriously was into Taya. Like, oh man, like who is this girl? I need to know who this is. Taya's Lisa's friend. And whatever, like I'm doing my own thing over there. Taya's talking to this dude over there. Like Lisa's over there doing her own thing. And all of a sudden, I see the dude that was talking to Taya, like kind of like clearing a little circle on the sidewalk, like making sure no one was standing on it. And she goes to do a backflip. And he does a backflip. And the second his feet left the ground, I was like, this is going to hurt. And he broke the fall with his face on the cement in front of all these people. And I was like, why?
Oh my God.
And dude, I think he fractured his knee or something like that. He fractured his knee, and then he just got up and was like, I'm good. And I was like, bro, you need to go see an ambulance. Like, there's no...
Is he on the staff?
No, he was just a dude that was there that was like trying to impress a girl.
Oh my God.
And dude, I was standing on like the pad of cement, and I felt the cement shake, and I was like, something broke. And I thought it was his neck.
Oh my God, that's disgusting.
But bro, like, why would you do that? But I'll be honest, like, if I could just do backflips, I would probably just be like, I'm gonna do a backflip today. Like, I just do that with handstands. I just want to walk on my hands sometimes. But I'll be honest, if I'm gonna do it, I would probably find a little patch of grass, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I'm the guy who, like, I really don't even backflip into pools. Like, I bet you I've backflipped into a pool about 5 times in my whole life.
Yeah,
I'm not limber for that. There's a kid at my house right now, Colt's buddy, Griff. This kid, every time he jumps in the pool, he's like, backflip. I'm like, Jesus Christ, will you stop? Like, it's like stressing me out. Like, he's doing that at the hotel pool we were at for the tournament this week, and I feel like that would be you as a kid. Like, it'd be hard to watch you.
Backflips are crazy, man. Like, front flips, different story. I can't do either, but
I guess he's front flipping more so into the pool, but I don't even do that.
Backflips, though, dude, like jumping up and hucking backwards is terrifying, but I wish I could do it.
Do you do it on the trampoline?
No, I can't. No, I'm scared. Like, I'm actually scared of that stuff. But, like, I mean, I think if someone actually taught me how to do it, I would love it. Like, it's the same way I like doing piston squats, and I like doing handstands, and I like doing weird sorts of, like, stretches and stuff like that, getting all limber. Like, I like that stuff. So like being a gymnast would be awesome, I think.
Yeah, there you go, Jake. We're answering the question best we can. I think for me, I want to be the 100-meter dash.
Yeah.
When I was in high school, I was a decent sprinter. Obviously, grade school, like no big deal. But high school, I was a pretty decent sprinter. And I'll say, like, it is of all the sports I played, which is significant. And even like if you throw SWAT in there, like raids and stuff, the most nervous I've ever been is right before like a sprint. Whether that was I did the 100, 200, 400. In any one of those, and the relay, every one of those, absolute nerve-wracking. Because it's you, like, so isolated, and when that gun goes, boom, you're just shot out of there. But once it goes, it's, like, exhilarating. You're just just go as hard as you can possibly.
Oh, that sounds sick.
But I remember just my stomach turning before races, and you're out there by yourself. There's no team. The relay is a little bit different.
Baking in the sun.
Team.
Yeah.
You're just waiting for you couldn't even concentrate. I couldn't even have a good day like watching the track meet, watching my friends because I was just so nervous for my race. And typically the 100 is towards the end of the day because it's like a
quick,
exciting event that like people like to watch.
Yeah.
But that for sure, like that is the most nerve-wracking sport. So to think of now these people on Olympic stage.
Yeah.
I'm talking high school, like
yeah.
To think of somebody on Olympic stage
that trains their whole life for this.
Yeah, and like the Olympics is 4 years you've been like trying to get to this point.
Yeah.
And when somebody clips their toe on like a hurdle,
that's the worst, bro.
It's just awful.
It's
like,
I feel for them so much, man. I feel for them.
Gut wrenching. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you just got back from Kingston.
Yes.
Yeah, and you had some AC problems too.
Yeah, AC all the way from Kingston. We're driving up. It wasn't so bad.
How far is Kingston drive?
6 hours, but we've never made it in 6 hours. It's like 7 hours, 7.5 hours. We actually that's not true. We have made 6 hours, but we're just getting to the point now where like because we go up there so much that we just chill. We stop at the on roads and we go into the park section.
Well, I feel like the last podcast we did together, you were coming back from Kingston.
Yeah, like this is the second time this month,
right?
And we're going up again in 3 weeks.
So
like,
no AC.
No AC. Yeah,
this is only like 13 months or 13 weeks away from.
Yeah, Lisa's 13 weeks. Well, yeah, we got 13 weeks, so she's like till she's gonna go in labor. So she's super pregnant. I got 2 dogs in the back, and then Lisa's like, we can't have the windows down. So I just have the fan going in the truck, and I'm just sitting there, and I'm sweating. The dog just sweating. She's sweating. And I'm like, babe, we have to roll the windows down. And the windows down on the highway doing 130. It's insane. Like your ears are gonna explode. Like your hair's everywhere. Like it's loud, but I don't know. I kind of like that. It's just a different thing if you're with the boys or if you're with pregnant wives.
I love the windows down driving around like in these streets.
Yeah.
And even the backcountry roads between here and Kingsville, you're going like 70 to 90.
So that's the best.
On the highway, no thanks. Danny and I years back had a souped up, like I want to say it was a Denali, like a Yukon or something. Like it was like a used truck. It was beauty, like before I had kids. And I got rid of this thing when I moved to Amherstburg because it guzzled gas. Like crazy, but it was a beautiful truck, all like souped up on the inside.
Nice.
And this thing, I'm like pumped to take it to the cottage, which is for us about same 7-8 hours.
Yeah.
And boom, the AC goes. And we back then had the Lab Charlie and my Doberman Cash, and same. When we opened the windows, the dog hair, I just felt like I was covered in dog hair and sweating. Like it was the worst freaking drive, and then being stuck. I remember being stuck in traffic on the I-75, and it's baking. There's no air coming in.
Oh, that's the worst.
You have like a newer truck. What happened?
Oh, I think it's just out of Freon.
Really?
Yeah. So like I'm gonna be going tomorrow and get it fixed. So.
Oh my god! So this has been one of the hottest weeks ever.
Yeah, it hasn't been that bad. Like driving around the city with the windows down, it's not that bad. Like I'm all good, but when I gotta
I guess
sitting in or like highway driving when the windows gotta be up, man. Oh, dude.
Why did you have to have the windows up? Because of the sound?
Yeah.
Oh.
And the window, it's just too much.
At least Danny wasn't pregnant when we did it, as far as I know.
Hey man, whatever Lisa says goes right now. Yeah. You got one big job to do. You got to bodybuild. So you go over there, you bodybuild, and I'll take care of you up here. I'll do what I can.
Yeah, that's unreal. So, babe, there's been like so much going on with everything in the news and all this stuff. Like, what do you think? Like Biden, since last time he quit.
Oh, dude, yeah.
He's out of the running.
Yeah.
Dave Haas pushed him out of the running.
Yeah, Dave Haas. Yeah. Honestly, I kind of stopped. Like, I don't really pay too much attention to it. Honestly,
it's so much healthier. I find. All I get is the memes. That's it.
Yeah, like I
We're
mean,
gonna get into
it's a
memes.
clown show. Like, what clown's running the clown show this time?
Right.
And that's with America. That's with North America, in my opinion. You know what? It's probably the entire world, but I mean, all that I can see is what's happening in North America, and we got clowns running this whole show. So that's my opinion.
That's
of it.
your opinion.
Yeah.
Clowns running the whole
We
show.
got terrible leaders. We got leaders who don't know how to lead. We got people running things who have never even experienced these things. You know, people that are. It's like your new boss gets inherited the business, and he has never run a business and never had to deal with anything. Never had to deal with people. Never had to deal with money. Never had to deal with anything before. And now he's in charge of all these other people's lives because he's the head of the company. It's like, you know, you got no idea what's going on, and you're making rules for everybody else to follow. It's like this is hurting a lot of people. Whatever is happening is hurting a lot of people. I see a lot of people hurting right now in business, mentally. You know, you see a lot of hate between groups of people. You know, it's a messy world, man. And like, you know, more rules don't fix these things. You know, like increasing hate speech rules aren't going to make hate speech go away. Like increasing in creating quote unquote affordable housing doesn't make any sense, and you can't make it when you keep raising the bureaucratic rule book. You like when you keep making the rule book bigger. You know, there's more red tape, more red tape, more red tape. Literally, the people buying or renting houses are paying for all this. It's making the housing prices go up. Like, I don't know what to say anymore. We are being led by clowns in a clown world, and I mean, we just gotta navigate it, I guess.
Yeah, I got a survey today, actually, and I got the threatening email from the government that I'm well overdue on this Stats Canada survey. They sent me numerous letters, and, like, you must fill out, you know, this. It's like the census. Like, you must fill it out, right?
Yeah.
Like, and this wasn't the census. I've never seen this one come before, but it was right through the CRA, like, website, you know, like the Canada.gov or website, whatever that is, gov.canada. That came through, and it's like, so I got on this survey, and all it wants to know, one, if I've hired anybody with foreign credentials. Like, I don't know, like I'm not against hiring somebody with foreign credentials, but I really believe that we should be hiring somebody from here that needs a job first. Like, we need to take care. Everybody needs to sweep their own doorstep, including our country. And I'm not getting into like immigration and all these things and the chaos that's become. I just really feel like if Canada wants to improve, Canada needs to improve from within first, rather
100%.
than worrying about the outside. Just like if you want to improve, reclaim art, like it needs to start there, not by focusing on the businesses around. Like that'd be like you trying to go help the guy who does your steel to get his business better, and you're spending all this time focusing on making his business better instead of improving your business, and then going there and trying to help.
Yeah.
It just, that really hit me the wrong way today. And it is asking me all the questions. Do you expect sales to go up, stay the same, or decrease? Well, I kind of expect them to stay right around the same. Do you expect expenses to go up? Yes. Do I expect inflation? I expect everything to go up and our sales to roughly remain the same, because I have a membership-based community that I cannot just like
add another.
I can't just gouge them.
Yeah.
Like I can't take back every expense that goes up and throw it on them morally.
Yeah. No.
Are we a little bit? Yes, of course we have to, and of course the businesses, like, we've had to raise our prices over the years, but you're just putting me in a terrible position to succeed. And the tinfoil hat of me says that they want that. They do not want us to succeed, and that's where it's heartbreaking lately, and it's very hard as an entrepreneur to get your brain out of that, because you just keep seeing everything hike. And I think like every person here, remember, that comes here also sees everything hike, and
100%.
one of the first things they axe is the gym, man. You know, that's one of the first things that people axe, and it's right, wrong, or indifferent. I kind of understand in a lot of ways.
Well, it's the extra expenses, right?
I wish they'd axe their chips and going out for dinner, things like that.
True. It's funny, like, we can go on the tax area. We'll go down the tax loophole, I guess, because that is partially why things are getting so expensive, in my opinion. Climate tax and this tax and that tax and all these taxes that need to be increased because we're going to save the world with more tax. But I heard this story. My buddy Darren Luck told me this story. Well, I went to one of his events, and he said this. He told this story about the guy that came to fix his dishwasher. Guy comes to fix a dishwasher, say it's gonna be $200. He's like, I can write out the invoice, and then he said, or I can do it for $200 cash. So Darren was like, fine, you want $200 cash? Here's $200 cash. See you later, right? And it's like you up the taxes so much that you eventually collect none of it because now everybody is going around your loophole. Like, no, sorry, they're not going around your loophole. They are just evading it altogether. Is it wrong? Sure. Is it like, should we be following their rules? Sure. But it's you make it so hard to make every extra tax dollar possible. Now you're making none because we just did a cash deal, and now you're completely out of the equation. And the whole story that he was telling was like, the government would have got their taxes, but because they keep pushing it up so much higher, now they got none.
Right.
And it's the same. This is the same thing with capital gains. With capital gains tax, like you're gonna raise capital gains tax. Now nobody's gonna sell them. So do you want the tax? Keep it where it's at. Do you want the tax or lower it? Give us an incentive to actually sell it, because without us selling it, you don't make your capital gains.
Right, and without us selling places, we're not creating vacancies and new.
Yeah.
Like, people are building new condos out of buildings like my building in Kingsville, right? Like, I'm not selling that building, but that would be something in 20 years from now.
Yeah.
Right. That's a great way to add 8 different doors to Kingsville.
For sure.
And they're preventing that too. And I think that the person on the other side of that fence would say about the cash deals, and that is like, well, one, I went to the Tigers game last week or 2 weeks ago. Can't pay cash.
Nope.
Can't pay cash.
Nope.
So what do I have to pay? I have to pay with my credit card. What now does the Tigers are not hurting for money, but if we take cash away from a place like mine, which basically we have, there's very little cash that runs through my business.
100%.
But what comes on me now?
Credit card fees.
5%, 7%. And with us too, like, there's the POS, because we have memberships, our purchase system, we run through 100 memberships, say on Monday, automatically, I lose right off the top of that. Like, I'm paying $1,800 in net banks fees.
Yeah.
So I'm paying credit card fees. I'm paying the net banks fees. That's basically for the internet that collects these payments through the credit cards to send me the money to my bank account. So there's like an internet bank account essentially off there in Neverland somewhere. And then it comes through, and then you see things like, Scotia Bank, systems are down, deposits aren't being received. CIBC, systems are down. It's like scary, and the tinfoil hats are coming out big time, man. And like you've got to find a way, and it's like, okay, bury your money in a tin can in the backyard. However, at some point that money's also seems to be going the way of it's going to be worthless.
Dude, you see, like, it's happened in the past. You see old photos of, I believe it was Germany. These dudes have wheelbarrows.
Yeah, wheelbarrows full of cash.
Walking down the street. Yeah, like their currency is garbage.
Oh, terrifying.
It's gone down to the point where their money isn't worth anything anymore. And that's happened time and time again. To think that it's never going to happen here is stupid. Like, you need to be ready for something like that. I don't mean like go cash in all your money for gold or crypto or buy whatever, but like, just storing cash for the sake of storing cash is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
It's not worth anything. You're literally like, it's it's paper. It's a credit. It's actually a banknote, which means that it's debt. Like, get rid of it. Yeah. Buy something that actually has actual value. That's what I would suggest for that. I mean, we're just kind of rambling on topics right now, but like the tinfoil.
That's what podcasting is about.
That's
what we do. We sit here, we have coffee, and we ramble.
Yeah.
Hopefully people enjoy it.
Yeah, for sure.
They're probably sitting in their car either thinking like, oh, that guy, that's wrong, or that's right, or yes, bow to the people, or like,
fair enough.
You're the one, that's the problem. And whatever you're thinking, that's good, because those are conversations that need to be had.
True.
But I think, so swinging this to a positive, remember we talked about slingshot? I was teaching the slingshot method so I've been really pushing that on my baseball team. And this past weekend, we were going away to a tournament. We knew we were playing against very, very good competition. So it was going to, if we won, it was going to be hard. Mm-hmm. And we did it. We won 0-3. And it was tough. We took some beat downs. But we said, before we left, I said, hey, I really want everybody on this team to make a concerted effort, coaches included, to use slingshot as like our keyword. So slingshots are keywords. So if you see one of your buddies is dragging his head because he struck out or he dropped the ball or we lost the game or one of us as coaches makes a mistake and we're hanging our heads, slingshot.
Love it.
Just go up, tap the guy in the back, and say, slingshot, you got this. And I could hear the kids kind of whispering it to each other quietly, like tapping each other on the back, like slingshot. And the attitude that we took down, we were down like 9 runs in our last game. We fought back hard, came back to like 9-6 and ended up losing. But the way that we lost was so much. It was just inspiring. The kids are being different by like simply applying. We talk about like there was a few weeks ago, or maybe a month ago, our morning wood question from one of our guests was something about dealing with kids.
Yeah.
And that slingshot and just giving them a tool. So giving your team, giving your kids, giving yourself a tool on how to cope, how to deal in a strategy.
Right.
It works.
100%.
Planning, putting just some kind of plan, some kind of tool. And these kids have switched and it will work with the adults too, right? It's like something I'm putting in place here. I've talked about it in our thing. We're going to screw up in this gym.
Right.
But how when we feel that terrible emotion, and it's all the way back, we've pulled it so there's nothing left on that band and that slingshot.
Yeah.
Which way am I going to let it go? I'm going to shoot my own foot. I'm going to shoot it at my buddy, break a window, or I'm going to shoot that thing where we can create some positive impact.
Right. Yeah. You pull it back and you fire. That's the best thing. I think
It's been wild. And like the parents have eaten it up. Like
That's
we're getting
awesome.
messages from the parents like, hey, slingshot, like that's the biggest takeaway from the weekend. And we're going to use that at home.
Perfect.
Like, yeah, man.
Good.
This is awesome.
Yeah, that is so sick.
Trademark.
Man. Yeah, trademark that. I've always loved that, man. Like the idea that you have to pull back to fire forward. Like, it's like when you get to apply it in your life, it's such a different experience. Like imagining taking a loss and then that's you just pulling back. And then like letting go, and then you just fire forward. That's such a sick, what would you call that? Analogy.
Yeah,
that's such a
metaphor. Whatever it is, right? Like, and I agree too. Like in the last 2 months in here, it was tough, man. It was tough.
Yeah.
And really, when you look at it, and this is the same thing I said to the kids after the very last game or our last loss. I said we came up here as a measuring stick, and what did we find out? We're not good enough.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean we aren't or not going to be good enough. We're not good enough yet is the key word.
Right.
And can we be good enough? Yes. How do we get there? Hard work and practice.
Done.
And that's exactly what we need to as adults. So I feel like if people are starting to tell their kids this, instead of saying like, hey, you tried your best, it was great. They did try their best, and that is most important. I do agree. But those kids want to win.
Right.
They want to win. They don't want to just try their best. They want to try their best and win.
Right.
So telling them that, like, it's okay to be upset, but how are we going to fix it? What's the end goal? And let's work towards it. And I think that we need to be telling ourselves as adults that too, because we're not.
Right.
Like when somebody's in here and they like want to lose 50 pounds, well, you're not good enough yet. Like you're not doing, and that means that you're not good enough as a person. It means you're not doing the things well enough yet to lose 50 pounds.
Right.
And I saw a thing today on the internet. What's the fastest way to lose weight? What's the best food for losing weight? It's not a best food. It's don't eat those other foods.
Yeah,
that's the best.
Yeah,
that's the best food, man.
Yeah.
Let's
Stop
just
eating
be
the
more
garbage.
honest with things, and I think like what we're saying, we're not bitching. We're just being very honest about the struggles that we're.
And you know what?
facing.
Dude, being honest like that, just it helps people move faster. Like I don't like cut the bullshit. Like cut the fat. Like what do I need to do? Tell me what I need to do. It's not gonna hurt my feelings. I know I need to improve here and here and here. If you have the answer for me, don't sugarcoat it. Just give it to me so I can literally use it to move forward. I'm not interested in making sure I'm okay or feeling okay or like making sure my ego is not going to get hurt. Like hurt it. If it needs to be hurt, if it needs to be removed, or like if you need to move through my ego and get rid of it so I can improve later, I'm totally fine with that. I appreciate that. Because like I feel like people are way too sensitive in the sense like, dude, it's okay to have a bad day. Like, understand that you're having a bad day because of X, Y, and Z, and the next time you experience these things, you can move forward through it instead of just being like sitting back in your chair. Today was the worst day ever. It's like you can still learn things on the hard days.
Yeah, the day that when honesty becomes mean, when just being honest,
yeah,
especially when you're being honest out of a place of kindness, that can't be mean, but we've turned that into mean.
Oh, I know. Yes.
I would almost guarantee that people outside of my team, the parents and stuff, our team, I should say, like, would, if they heard that speech, would think like, whoa, what a jerk.
True.
but we've created a culture, and like you should create that in everything that you're doing, your family. I just truly believe that the stuff that I'm teaching at the talks I do with Sean, or the stuff that I'm learning as well, not just that I'm teaching, I'm learning, is applicable at all level of team, whether that's you and your kids, you and Lisa soon with a new kid, like the dynamic of how you communicate needs to continue to improve.
100%.
Right, and then when it's a baby, and then when it's an adult, right?
Yeah.
There's got to be changes, and you've got to have that honesty.
100%. You got to realize you're on the same team. Well, you got to first of all, you got to know who's on your team, and you got to realize you're on the same team.
And are we working towards the same goal?
Right.
And if you don't know what the goal is, how do you know?
Create it. Create the goal.
Create it in your house, in your business, in your family, whatever it is. Your little league team.
Straight up.
Straight up.
That's the way.
Man, I watched. You don't watch TV. This is lost on you again. The Sandlot. You ever seen The Sandlot?
I heard about this movie.
I love it. You should watch it.
Why? I feel like there was some reason. Some reason why I knew. Like someone kept telling me about The Sandlot.
Oh, this just kills me. It's like it hurts my heart though, because it's like in that movie, it's just a bunch of little boys, and it reminds me of me growing up, and they're running, banging on the doors. There's no phones. Like there's house phones.
That's
only.
The best.
Banging on the door. Hey, can you come on out and play?
Yeah.
Oh, that part of the world is lost, and
I love that, man.
A random thought.
I used to ride my bike, and I had like a chain of houses I was hit. Like depending on which friends were there, I would go to like that guy's house because it was closest. That guy's house was next closest, and I would hit all the houses, and then eventually we'd have like 4 or 5 dudes on bikes.
By then, your group's gotten bigger.
Yeah. Going like lighting firecrackers or lighting off fart bombs or whatever we were doing. Like,
of course, that's what you were doing when I was playing baseball.
Yeah, you were playing sports and I was just causing havoc, wreaking havoc. That's the way.
Oh, man. Okay, time for a game of overrated, underrated.
I love this game.
Okay, overrated, underrated is where Mike and I get dealt some topics. Those topics come from 4 different categories. Okay, so family or faith, that's kind of one category. We got fitness. Okay. I threw this one in there for us. Fun. And finances. So these come kind of randomly. Danny takes care of it every week. She gathers them, whether they be from her friends, whether they be from her, from the kids sometimes. But we basically got 4 categories every week. This one is sponsored by the Tactical Life. That is my home training program, and it operates under Tango One Solutions. Anybody wants to train with me online remotely, full all-in packages or basic do-at-home packages that you can buy a la carte are available, so hit me up.
Yes.
Okay, so here we go. This is funny that she did this, and then we talk about this. I don't read these until I walk in here. I mean walk in here, I mean like right now while I'm sitting here. I open them and read them.
Okay.
So first one, finances, under the finances department. Overrated, underrated, carrying cash.
Underrated.
Boom, underrated, 100% underrated on my terms.
Yeah, underrated for sure.
So when I was growing up, my dad always said, and me and this, like, a man has to do this. My dad's saying was a man should always have $20 in his pocket. And every time I would leave the house, and we were not a wealthy family by any means, my dad, especially then working as a cop, they were not paid well until the end of his career, right? And he would always say, do you have money in your pocket? That was always a big thing. And, like, yes or no, right? He'd give me a little bit of money to make sure I have money in my pocket. I always have cash on me. I try to, which is why I'm so frustrated when I can't use it. I also like the simplicity of cash. Like, here you go. And keep the tip.
Yeah, keep the change. Don't give me back the change. Yeah,
but yeah, I think it's way underrated.
It is totally underrated.
Yeah?
And very important.
Cash on you right now. Can you fit cash in those jeans?
Not these jeans, but in my bag I got like $500 cash.
Whoa, okay.
I'm rolling high.
By the time this goes, you'll be already long safe at home.
Yeah. I'll be home safe.
Be home safe and sorry. Or safe and not sorry, hopefully. All right. Oh, here we go. Overrated, underrated. Hump day, a.k.a. glute day.
Okay. Underrated.
Underrated, okay.
Wait, like you're talking like just your booty cheeks or like your whole, like all your legs?
You know, it doesn't get more specific, so it's wherever we go with this.
So I love like
it says glutes, humps.
Like glutes are just your booty cheeks, aren't they?
Yeah, glutes.
I mean, I don't really work my ass cheeks, dude. I just work my legs like it's part of legs.
So I think for dudes, it's actually underrated. Like I feel like we're not giving enough attention to the glutes.
For sure.
Because the glutes are what keep your low back.
Yeah.
Right, like the West Side Barbell, the guy I'm with all the time, Gus. You haven't met him yet, but we got to get him on the show when you're here.
Okay.
But he says like I'd always like my athletes to train like jiu-jitsu fighters and Brazilian booty models. because if you really work your ass,
yeah, you're gonna be strong as an ox, bro.
right? And I mean, not to mention like for the gym, glute day is not the worst day to work. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a pretty good day to be in here, and you know, and I love that everybody's like focusing on, you know, like men and women alike are focusing on making their asses thick.
Yeah.
And here it's for strength and aesthetics. And
Yeah.
I really think it's gonna keep you healthier longer.
For sure. I've never really trained just glutes, but like in leg day, there's always glutes involved.
Yeah.
Like, and I love leg day, and like leg day, glute day, whatever you want to say, legs are underrated, 100%.
Oh, especially in our like more dudes, especially the gym you go to, probably more dudes need to be doing leg day.
Oh, dude,
And different kind of like
I love leg day,
like
dude.
hamstrings, like accessory days, like
Yeah.
glutes, those little boring exercises.
Yeah.
That are so good for you.
And everything's-
But weren't you sore last time? Didn't we do heavy RDLs last time you were in
Dude,
here?
no, last time we were in here, we did that like it was like a heavy cardio. I don't know what it was. I was.
Oh yeah. Did the
Dude,
kettlebell flows.
I was tore up. Like the next day, I was like, dude, I can't even walk. My back, my shoulders, everything. I was sore.
I had Paige actually.
I just saw. Yeah, I
Paige
saw that.
met me for a workout today. She's helping me with some of the stuff I'm doing online. She's got such a great system, man. But she walked into another cardio day, so this is another conditioning day. She was dying today. I was dying next to her, so it was good. But it's hot as a million degrees in our visitor's facility today.
Bro.
But yeah, glute day definitely overrated. Work that hump, work that booty. Guys, especially. Ladies, I don't have to tell you, guys are always all over getting that booty nice and strong. So great. Oh my God. All right. Overrated, underrated. Siblings.
Oh, dude, that is such a weird
That's
question.
putting you in a terrible position to answer. Both of us in a terrible position to answer this thing. I got to say underrated.
Yeah, I think
And
they're underrated too, man.
For me, I'm going to say underrated because I feel like I don't appreciate my sister probably enough. Like I don't give her enough attention. I don't show her enough attention. I should probably do a better job of that. So I'm going to say like my relationship with my sibling is underrated because of me.
Yeah, I feel the
And
same.
where are you going? You and your sister are pretty tight, no?
Yeah, like well, there's four of us. Like I think we're all tight. We all
Hey,
have.
your brother, yeah.
I was literally thinking
got
about this today.
brothers, too.
I got two younger brothers and one younger sister. I'm the oldest of four. But I feel like my relationship with all of them could be better. But like I value each of them, and we all have like totally different relationships. Like I have a different relationship with my sister than I do with my brother and my other brother. Like they're not the same. I don't have to be the same person for all of them. I mean, obviously I'm still me, but like I don't have to show up the same way for different people, for different siblings.
I feel like your sister's the most like you,
We are very much alike.
like in personality.
And she'll rip you to shreds, man.
yeah, she's a firecracker.
She's a firecracker, dude. Yes, 100%.
Yeah,
She
I remember
always
I
has
just
been.
met her, and then I end up on the plane in New York City. I'm like getting out of the
Oh,
plane
yeah.
in New York City, and I'm like, "Aren't you Mike's sister?" And of
So-
course, she looks like so much like you. She's
Yeah.
like, yes.
Yeah.
Aren't you that guy from the Christmas party? I'm like, oh, that's a great. Wait, the guy doing pull-ups?
Yeah.
Right?
Like one hand pull ups in my shop. Oh yeah, that was a great time. That was a great
Yeah.
party.
So overrated, underrated. My mom always listening. She's gonna be smiling when she hears me say that. But yeah, I got to do a better job of that. We should do like both of us should reach out. Let's reach out to our siblings. Like,
I already did today.
did you?
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna reach out to my sister.
You should.
The second the show goes off the air, I'm gonna send her a message.
Good. I
Let
love
her
that.
know that I appreciate her.
Good.
No,
That's
all
the-
seriously,
that's
you
all
gotta
you
do
even
shit
need.
like that though. Like when you
Yes.
when you realize the weakness, you gotta get right on it, or else you're gonna let it go.
Bro, it's such a good feeling too. Just do it. I do it to everybody. Like randomly every now and then, I'll just send. Like I've done it to you too. Just I hope you have a great day today.
I do love when you do that.
I love sending those
I'm always
messages.
like this, like yeah. And the last one, overrated, underrated. We blew this one out of the water. Moustaches.
Oh, dude, that is actually so funny that that's on there.
We talked about this at length, but
Dude, moustaches are underrated, and I think every dude should have one.
yeah. So I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna go underrated too, I guess, because in terms of like the reaction I'm getting to my mustache in the gym has been underwhelming.
Really?
Yeah, I get so many people like, "What are you doing with that mustache?" Yeah, but
man.
then some of the ladies are like, "Yeah, I like it. I like
Bro.
how it looks." My mom loved how it looked today. Danny seems to be impartial. Some of the ladies are like, "Yeah, I think it looks great," and then some of them in the gym are like, "Oh my god!" Right? And all
No.
the dudes are kind of like, they give you a little like,
Yeah, dude, moustache. I'm telling you, a
Right.
moustache is like, I don't know if chicks dig it, but I think dudes dig it, and like it's like a man's man thing.
I guess you're not in the position like I am, like with like I see the same people every day, so it's very like
Yeah.
you know, you like put a new pair of shoes on, everybody's like, oh, nice shoes, right?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
You get your haircut, everybody notices because we're here the very same time, very same day.
Yeah.
with 100 people.
Yeah.
Like, so all their observations. So I do get a lot of feedback on the mustache, and it's been underwhelming, or they're hiding it really well. One of the two.
I think you should just keep rocking it, man. They
Yeah.
can't say nothing. I love if you have confidence with a mustache, you are gonna be epic. That's the only word I can use.
Well,
for that.
confidence has never really been my issue. It's,
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think you need
feel
help
like
with that.
That's not yours either.
Yeah, no, I'm good. Like that's like I remember my friend back in like grade 9. He's like, you can wear whatever you want as long as you have confidence in wearing it. And I was like, damn, that's why I love wearing pink and purple and shit, bro. I'll wear a hot pink shorts and I'll rock those shorts. You can't say nothing about my pink shorts because you're not gonna hurt my feelings, bro.
Yeah, for me, with the confidence that like everybody makes fun of my dancing, and I am not a good dancer, but you know what? I fucking love to dance.
Yeah, what are you gonna say,
And
little
like,
guy?
as long as you're a bad dancer and you own it and you love it and
bro.
you don't care and you just keep
Untouchable.
moving that body and move your hips barely like I do and your arms just kind of do one of these.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter.
You were untouchable,
Right,
dude.
dance like nobody's watching.
Yeah,
And, like,
damn
you
right.
can do anything confidently. You know what? I love that about kids too. Like they'll like wear some outfits and they're just like, bro, this is what I'm wearing, man. Like it's like okay, like go for it then, man. Like
Yeah.
I love that. I love that. And
Yeah.
we like allow ourselves to change how we are because of the views of other people all the time. And
Yeah.
I mean, I've done that bazillions of times. In
We
my
we
life.
all have, man.
I mean, even before the show, I'm like, hey, should I wear these glasses?
Yeah.
And you're like, dude, like I love how those glasses look. I'm like, I do too. So then, what the hell does it matter? If
put-
Mike likes it and I like it, what does it matter?
Let's go. I
Let's
love
go.
that.
Let's go.
Let's go. I love that.
Let's go. All right, it's been an awesome episode. Tons of energy today,
This
man.
is-
Considering, look at you coming from the floor shop, like
Yeah,
you
bro.
know,
I'm covered in wood dust and I'm like ready to rock and
you were,
roll.
yeah, I feel like you could record like 3 more of these.
I'm
today.
like rocking and rolling right now. You're right.
So I think next week's episode, I'm heading up north. I'm going to the cottage. I am going to make an attempt at actually doing with my 5 buddies that I've been around for like my whole life. So if you have ideas for that, shoot them to me. If you guys have questions for my lifelong buddies and how we,
Or you can do a podcast up there.
Yeah, maybe
Okay.
around friendships, or yeah, I'm gonna cut you out for a week.
Damn it.
We're gonna do
Okay,
one
fair.
and see. Oh, I don't even know how it'll record.
Yeah.
I'm gonna wait till these guys get a couple whiskeys in them because some of them are a couple of shy.
There you go.
A couple of shy. And
Couple of
we're
shy.
gonna give it a go and then smoke some cigars and just talk about friendship and 40 years of friendship. And we are inseparable. We have been together, this group of guys, since half of them since kindergarten, a couple since high school, and we are literally, our families are inseparable. We're inseparable.
Love that.
And I want to dive into the hows and whys of that.
So sick.
So we'll see how it goes, and then you and I will reconvene in a couple of weeks. Thank you guys for listening. Please go follow Mike, follow I, and love and like and all those things that you're subscribe, all the things that you're supposed to do.
Yes.
Appreciate you.
Appreciate
Over and
you.
out.
Peace.